Well, good evening, folks. It is Wednesday night, Framily night, and Pretty and Pooch are here. And man, oh man, have we been busy? And we're ready for this one.
We are.
Yeah. Aren't you?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm excited to be here. Welcome in, everybody.
But I see we got some folks in here. Let's see here. Well, let's look here. Cottonwood Ranch. It's crazy how YouTube does that sometimes. And there's Brian, the Vineyard Farmhouse.
And Brian.
And Elaine and Peggy.
Hi,
And
Peggy.
no judgment
Hello.
here. Pretty's here.
Yeah.
Even Full Blown Country chimed in up there earlier. So
Back Road Freedom.
So Pooch is here. Back Road Freedom. And there's Oak
Haven.
and Carrie and Tree Haven. Yee-hoo.
That's Trade Paint.
Look at all the folks popping in now.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, howdy. But
Happy Wednesday.
Yeah, happy Wednesday. And don't even start, mister. Don't even start over here trying to lick my ankle or something. But man, we've had a busy weekend and a busy week. We've been busy pretty much the past 2 weeks. And I think the crazy thing is, because don't think for a minute that we missed out on our power nap this afternoon either. Because I'm still in my work clothes, and I came in and I reared back in that recliner, and baby's like, uh-oh, I can see it. Baby's about to close his sweet little eyes. And sure enough, I did. But I knew what I had to do later. But yeah, I was pooped. It's just been crazy. I think Pretty and I have done nothing but run, it seems like, for the past few weeks. And I know it's getting close to Thanksgiving. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on within my work because it is winding down the year. And I have a lot going on at work. Pretty's busy at work teaching kiddos and all kinds of that stuff going on, and the little Thanksgiving parties and the shows we did.
A lot going on.
And yeah, there's just a lot going on. So, I mean,
hi, Beth.
I'm ready for a break, is all I know. I am ready for a break from it all, but I don't see no end in sight until after the first of the year, actually, because I got time to kill. PTO time. I don't have no time to kill, but I got PTO time to use. And old man King, howdy, sir. But it's just hectic. And I got a buttload of shirts to work on and do. You know, it's Christmas time, and we have some shirts we got to produce. And woo, I've been scrambling, making orders of shirts. A lot of shirts aren't available. So I don't know why. I'm probably going to have to go down to Michael's and pay retail price for some of it, if they've even got them, because there's none to be had nowhere. And
it's a little late anyway.
Yeah.
But Lindsay Scott is in the house.
Lindsay, welcome, ma'am.
Matt is here.
Beth, howdy.
Treasure Hunter.
Justin,
Yee-hoo.
Neil, Carrie, Oak.
Back Road Freedom.
Justin's there again. Come on, sir. And Brian. I know we went through some of these, but
Brian.
But next week is Thanksgiving. And you know, I was sitting here pondering this just right before we came on, because being Wednesday night is Thanksgiving Eve, and I know we'll be at Nana's house. And I was trying to figure out, okay, do I do a quick live? Do I record? Should we record a live?
Possibly. And
put it up, or just maybe try to squeeze an actual live in? I say record a live, but record a pre-recorded video and put up.
Maybe so.
Because you know, we'll be with family next Wednesday night.
I'm sure everybody's going to be super busy next week, so I think recorded would probably be best. Rebel at Heart is in the house.
Rebel at Heart.
Mike and Terry. Hey, Mike and Terry.
Mr. MT Homestead, Big Mike. Well, them folk, I wonder if is Terry sitting with you, Mike, or is she kind of covering her own? Well, y'all are next anyway, so I thank you, Three Mississippi, for leading everyone up to us. Hope you. I got the tail end of Free Mississippi show because, I came home, got a power nap, cooked some brats. Y'all lucky I ain't seeing me wolf down a brat out here. A beer brat at that.
Rick's Giovannucci is here. Hello.
Howdy, sir. Cottonwood and
Steve
Ranch.
C.
Steve C. What's kind of cool, every week we seem to see a new person coming up in here, which we welcome you, and don't forget to come back.
That's right.
Love seeing new folks in here.
Kickapoo Crafty Cat is here.
LaDonna, howdy, ma'am. Hope you're doing well. And I got a little mail this week from a fine gentleman over there. I won't go through the letter or none of that, but we did get a cool, nice letter written to us. And as well, it was our good friend Charles, fallen Arkansas veterans. That man's doing some fine work over there. Love the man, and he supports us, and he sent that in gratitude, which very sweet, very kind of this, and most definitely like being recognized from folks that are doing some good work out there themselves. We don't get to do quite as much as what we would like sometimes, but we definitely do our best to support others, for sure, our veterans, and just our community. We love to take care of our community and all, and so, but I appreciate that. And I know this was short and it's on a live, but I'll definitely recognize him, and it. He'll be getting out there on the shop fridge for sure. For sure. And I appreciate it. And I'll return the favor. Most definitely.
You have a Noodle November dish due on Sunday.
Oh, I sure do.
Thank you, Eileen, for the reminder.
I do know about that.
We so appreciate you.
Yes, ma'am.
Goodness. And Steve C says he cannot believe that it's almost here. I know, right? It's crazy how quickly. But here's the thing. I mean, for me anyway, this year, I don't know if it's because getting older, or it probably is. And it's true what they say is you get wiser as you get older, which I'm thankful for. Oh my goodness. But I don't think we should. I don't even know what I'm saying. Not to stress out about anything, like to really pay attention to what we're thankful for, whether we have a big Thanksgiving dinner or sandwiches or not. I think the meaning of Thanksgiving and Christmas has unfortunately
been so commercialized.
Yeah, it's just people, and not anybody here, but
I think the true meaning's been forgotten.
Yeah.
And gone to the wayside pretty much, because of course, growing up, we had the traditional Thanksgiving and all of that stuff, and it's sad. But as the family ages, your parents, your grandparents, and that, the matriarchs of the family, which that probably means that you and I should be stepping up. But we do our best. We have our kids here, and we still celebrate with family. But it's just not like it was when we were kids, is it?
No.
And still
makes me sad.
Yeah.
But let's see.
And going back to Thanksgiving and all that, I have gradually gotten away from thinking and being, it's got to be traditional. It's got to be turkey. It's got to be dressing, which I love all those things. I'm not a big fan of turkey, but I still like the concept, and I love having the dressing and all that good stuff. But I'm more grateful just having a home, my wife here, and our kids to be able to come around, and for the family that we do have, being able to see and be around them folks. It doesn't matter if we eat fried bologna sandwiches. I'd be good.
Bologna.
Heck yeah, me too. But
all right, let's see here. Justin, you've not gotten, I know that we've kind of emailed a little bit, but I need to know when you want to meet to come on my radio show.
Yeah, come on, Justin.
Who else? Let's see. Oh, MT Homestead said they're going to. Oh, I think I heard them say that on their live that they're going to Waco for Thanksgiving. They're going to do their live down here. You guys are going to be very close.
Y'all
to
be close to us,
Mike
that's
and
for
Karen.
sure.
Yeah, just about an hour away, right?
Yep, they're headed a little farther south down Waco way, but you'll be passing right by us. Wave a hand, give us a call, throw a rock, whatever. But we're here.
Hi, John Wiggs.
There he is, John Wiggs. I don't know. For some reason,
Heather's here.
When John Wiggs is in the house, Heather Lanscombe, welcome. I always feel like I'm going to get in trouble for some reason. It's probably a real good thing that him and I aren't buddies like that. Which you are, buddy. But
and speaking of Thanksgiving, I know that Kickapoo
Drew's Lens
and Treasure Hunter were there. But my special on Monday evening, man,
that was good.
It was so powerful.
Yeah.
So many in the room that have experienced so much tragedy or just life throwing a rock in the road, which it does to everybody, I think. Alcohol addictions, what else? Disease.
Just you name it. Cancers and
yep.
Homelessness.
Homelessness. What else?
Of course, you had people that gather and give to the homeless. You know, you had Christy and her little daughter Penny, and then Corey.
Yes, Corey Wilkerson.
But yeah, there was some good Mondo and Dolls, which is my brother and sister-in-laws. But yes, there was some good folks there. Sonny was on there.
Yes, he was. Tristan was talking about fatherless sons. He was on my radio show before, and he shared what being a fatherless son, obviously having an earthly father, what that has done to him. How that has affected him and still does to this day. He also shared where he is now, and he was everyone's very transparent, but he did pay a tribute to his uncle and Mike, because he has never had, maybe some of you have experienced this as well, I'm not sure, but his dad was out of his life when he was 7 years old. He's 27 now. And he said on the radio show that at 27 years of age, that he finally had a father-son experience with Mike, because Mike sat down with him and talked to him about saving some money to purchase a car. I mean, he is a follower of Christ, and he gives God all the glory as to why he is still here on this earth. He had some suicidal thoughts and major depression, so he shared about that. We had another man that was on the show. His name is Dennis Boyd. If you guys get a chance to go back and watch it, I mean, I'm not on here. I'm not on here to be monetized. I'm not monetized. I'm not on here for followers and likes. I mean, yes, that's nice for me. That's nice. But if you don't subscribe and you don't like and you don't follow, whatever, that's totally fine. It's not a problem for me. But if you get a chance for you to hear these stories of miracles, there were some miracles. There was one mom who lost her son in a motorcycle accident, who at the same time he took his last breath, where he was injured in his side and his back. At 4:27 in the morning, he took his last breath. At 4:27 in the morning, she woke up with a huge pain in her side, and then peace. There's also a cat that died and came back to life overnight. I'm telling you, Dennis Boyd. I'm sorry, I was talking about Dennis Boyd. He was incarcerated in prison for 40 years.
40 years. And
when he came out, he has a better attitude on life, I think, and I'll speak for myself than I do. He
a great man too.
Yes, such a great man. He appreciates stepping outside and looking at the sky and feeling the grass on his feet and seeing the trees and the birds. He had a great story about a bird. I'm telling you,
Yeah, he
again,
did.
you don't have to subscribe, you don't have to like, you don't have to follow, but in the moment of Thanksgiving, I think that that is such a great, it was a great show for me in terms of it really, I felt very convicted. I felt guilty of some of the things that I've taken for granted. And
I mean, how crazy is it to spend 40 years of your life locked up and then to come out into a world and, for one, not know what the heck's going on because you've been isolated and incarcerated for 40 years, but to come out and to live the life now as he's living it, because he's enjoying the minute things of what we take for granted.
right.
And it's just unreal.
I mean, they're not minute, but he enjoys the things that we take for granted.
Yes, and has such a great outlook on life. And man, can he speak some honest truth
Oh my gosh.
into young folks, in which he does do some speakings, but just amazing. I mean, just amazing. He served his time, and he hadn't batted an eye, but he come out a better man, that's for sure. And is
Yeah.
spreading the wisdom that he knows and carries to some of these younger folks now that just don't, even though they're still outside in the world, but some of the little things that they take for granted.
It was so good. Thank you, Kickapoo, for being on.
Yep.
I
Kickapoo was
saw you
there.
on there. I don't. It's kind of different being in the radio station than being in front of the like this, where it's hard for me to
Monitor all that.
monitor and
That's
give
why
shout
Pooch was
outs.
there.
But yeah, I'm so glad that you were there, Mike, because you were able to comment for me. But I'm going to try to do better and give some shout outs. That Monday night was very intense for me. It was very emotional. And so
And even Pretty gave her little time from the radio show, the radio owner. Oh golly, Tiffany
Mhm.
came on first, and Tish got to explain how she even got started in the radio. So
Yeah.
which was a good thing to hear too.
Yeah, she's so amazing. I'm so grateful
Yeah.
for her. Eileen, did you guys get your water heater fixed? And I'm sorry that you guys were dealing
Woo,
with that.
man.
I hate that.
Always something, never fails. That's the way I look at it.
And thank you, Treasure Hunter, for being there as well. Beth and Neil,
Yep.
thank you guys for being there. I appreciate that support.
Scrolling down the old list here. Back road freedom.
Yes, and I will get with you, Justin, and we'll get you on there.
Lance Grom.
John Wiggs says Pooch is only my buddy because he bumped his head too many times when he was young.
No, we are too much alike, and I think.
Oh, fallen Arkansas veterans. He's
howdy,
on.
sir. Welcome in. And if you didn't catch the beginning, I did acknowledge you, sir. But I will acknowledge you again on a separate video because I did get this in the mail, and I appreciate it. But I'll be returning the favor as well. Thank you. Appreciate it so much.
Oh, Beth said that she loved his analogy with the bird story. That was on my show.
Oh, man, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Can you imagine?
That was amazing. And John Wiggs, that is not true. He said, I want him to do my show for views, saving a lost cause of a man. That's not true. I don't do my show for views. I really don't.
Yeah, what would really be cool, though, since that radio
Thank
or
you,
that
Heather.
show is broadcast through the radio station, it's hard for her to be able to like pre-post.
Well, I did.
Well, we post it, but if we were to post it and schedule it, when it actually come on, it would come in off a different channel, kind of. And so it's not like we can do it day before.
It's a lot involved in it, but I want to share those stories with you guys because there's some amazing people in there. Okay, Justin, sometime after Thanksgiving. That sounds good.
Yep.
Linda Peterson is in the house.
Linda Peterson, you've been awful quiet lately, ma'am. I hope you're doing okay. Or have I just missed you?
Brian has Mike, Dogman Mike,
yes,
on as a guest. That's
love
gonna be
Dogman too.
Mm.
Really love Dogman.
Yeah.
But yeah, but other than all the others going on with all that kind of 9 yards, Pretty and I did get out this weekend and get baby a new car. Pretty got a new car, which we needed. We kind of wanted, I guess, but we needed it. Maybe got something that she likes, I think.
Yeah.
Does it feel different driving it?
It does. Yeah, my Mini Cooper, our son. So I'm just gonna. I know that you guys all know how sweet Mike is, but since we're talking about Thanksgiving, yes, you are. He's a big old teddy bear, and he tries to be all tough. No, he's not raw.
I'm raw bone.
No, he is so sweet. So our son Tristan has been struggling a lot with depression, finding his way after he's been out of the house since he graduated high school. Like I said, he's 27. He was the father. He's the fatherless son on my show, Tristan, and he moved back home, and his car, which was an old Crown Vic, the engine, it had an oil leak, and he kept putting oil in it, and it finally just, I guess,
sprung a big leak.
Yeah. And so the engine blew, and so anyway, he was trying to figure out how to get a vehicle, and I was praying for him, and
Lori Carp. Sorry, babe.
That's okay. And a dog man's here too.
Hey, dog man. Looking forward to your show here in a bit with Brian Vineyard Farmhouse.
Oh, all right. Thank you, guys. Mike and Terry, they got to go put the grandkids to bed. Yep. Thank you for stopping by. We'll see y'all here in a bit. But so anyway, Mike was trying to come up with an idea, a plan that would benefit everybody. And so he wound up deciding to go ahead and give my Mini Cooper, which was originally Tristan's, but I don't know, him and the engines, that blew. So anyway, long story short, Mike decided to get us a new vehicle and help Tristan out and let him use the Mini Cooper.
Yeah, Pretty and I are so used to going in the Tundra, which is just a big truck, and it's always comfy to ride on the road. And I knew we were going to need a new vehicle soon anyway, one of us. And
y'all should have seen Mike get into that Mini Cooper.
Oh, God.
How tall are you, babe?
5'11".
Yeah, he's a big guy and just kind of.
Yeah, I'm 5'11". So
got in the Mini Cooper and no.
5'11 and a half, maybe. I mean, it depends. But yeah, sitting down in that thing's crazy.
Hysterical.
And I have to turn my back in, grab the roof, ease back in, and baby's sitting there looking at me all the time.
He's like in the back seat, and he's all the way in the back seat, and his toes are.
My knees are rammed into the dash.
Because I thought, hey, this is a great vehicle to travel in, because I'm barely 5'1", and it's really great on gas. So, and I was like, hey, babe, do you think we could travel in? And then I can look at him, and I'm like, there's
then I have
no
to
way.
do the same when I get out. Both feet out the door, turn sideways, raise my hand, and ease myself out. And the whole time, and it doesn't matter whether I'm getting in or getting out, I have to look at her, and she's looking at me like, you fat ass.
I'm not looking at him like that.
F.A. No. That's what my dogs call me. F.A. Go on, get some more ice cream, Mac.
Don't buy a Mini.
Ugh.
Thank you, Heather. She hits the thumbs up when she can. We appreciate that.
Thank you, ma'am. But yes, and the times right now is not the greatest times to be buying anything, regardless, because of there's Simply Jan Homestead. Welcome, ma'am. But the economy is just jacked up. But car prices, and believe me, I worked that car salesman over good and proper. Did I not?
He did. Granted, the car salesman was 19 years old.
Yeah, he kind of threw us off a little bit.
You know,
But
he was, I don't know.
But he went and got his manager, which is a usual case, and they're going to go get that
I
manager.
mean, you guys all know the routine.
And I was like, bring him on, because I'm not budging. And I didn't budge. So me and Pretty gathered our stuff up, getting ready to walk. Of course, we had to go through one more. And as we got on the last one, I was like, let's go, babe. And I told them and warned them, there's 2 other cars out there I got my eye on. So either we're going to buy a car, or better yet, I'm buying a car. Is it going to be here? Or is it going to be elsewhere? So the last time, let me go get my manager. Me and Pretty locked hands and said, let's go. And by the time our feet hit the end of that sidewalk, we got a deal. We got a deal. I was like, why did we have to go through all this other mess when I told you what I was willing to pay? That was it. None of the other stuff. You either want to sell it or you don't.
Hey, look, treasure hunter. They used to be a car salesman. Is that Neil or Beth?
I didn't see who posted it, but
Well, it says treasure hunter.
I used to be a. Yeah, I think Beth's in here too, but
she is.
You ought to be a big tractor semi truck salesman. Maybe that's what you'll do when you come off the road, Neil.
John, he said getting Pooch into a mini is like stuffing a 10-pound sausage into a 5-pound sausage casing.
And that's true.
That is true.
And I don't like that
That's
car.
exactly what it looks like.
I do not like that car. I mean, even the Jeep we had before was okay, but I mean, even still, we always took the Tundra. But the Tundra is just getting up there. I mean, we have been all over the place in that thing.
Yeah, we have.
And yeah, it'll still go, but it's just not. I mean, I don't know. It's just got a lot of miles on it now, and I use it for work. But I got the old Ford out there still. But actually, I had found a truck I wanted to get, and this is kind of before all the other rigmarole started. So, but I knew Pretty needed another car because we just put a ton of money into that thing too. But Pretty needed a car. Sonny needed a car. And like she said, I was trying to make it work, somehow make it work out for all of us. And that's what we wound up doing.
Yeah. Eileen, we got a Toyota.
Toyota Highlander. XLE all-wheel drive, which we'll be ready for anything that comes with that.
All right. Gary Team Casho Australia is here. Super happy you're here.
Yep. Let's see. What's Brian saying down there?
Let's see. Simply Jan says the last time she bought a car, she thought she was going to need to set up a bed. Yeah. Well, at least we know that if we get kicked out of our house,
we got a car,
a
truck
to sleep in. Brian said, I remember one of my friends. It was a 6-foot one and almost 300 pounds.
Woo.
Wanted a Mini Coupe. We went to a car dealer for him to test it out, and all I could do was laugh.
Well, you'd probably been laughing at me when I was easing myself down in there,
you should
Brian.
have seen it.
I'm sure.
Let's record it and show everybody. It's hysterical.
Now, granted, I mean, of course, I wanted to get a new car regardless. It's just not the time right now, but we wound up having to do it. And her and my both thinking are, which I don't know, I would like to think, this is probably our last new car to buy. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It could be and it could not be. Pooch probably need to do truck before it's all said and done.
Tamara Brown is in the house. Yoo-hoo.
Tamara Brown, yes'm. Welcome in here.
Dogman said,
oh.
He said he'd look hot in a smart car. Yeah, about as hot as my mic does.
What happened to his color there? I don't know. Went blue. But yeah. Hey, I like Dogman's big truck though he got. That's a good deal there. And I meant to throw, let's see, Big Ford sticker in there when I sent you the hat and shirts. Big Mike.
Look at Piggy.
Get into a jacked up. Good old Piggy.
I know, Simply Jan, I really did not want a car payment. I just did, no, especially this one.
We have been car payment free for how long? 4 or 5 years.
What?
We've been car payment free for how long? 4 or 5
from your
6
from the
years.
Tundra, yeah.
But the Honda first, and then the Tundra was paid off, and so yeah, and it's nice not having car payments, but it's hard to get back into that swing too.
It is,
but it'll be okay.
It will be. It will be.
We just got to do it.
I know those. I know car payments. I can't. I don't know. I was like, Mike, you do what you want to do, because I mean, somebody needed a new vehicle, but I mean, it's our vehicle.
It's our vehicle, yes.
But yeah, I just hate having a car payment.
Me too.
It
but
sucks. But anyway,
I could have had a new boat. I could have had a tractor. I could have had a new truck. Could have not.
You could have had a new truck.
Payments.
You could
have had, but no.
Anyways,
it's all good.
It is,
and it'll be all right. We're going to keep on going. Thankful we have a job to pay for it.
Yeah, very thankful. Tamara says we don't like payments. The only thing we will carry a payment on will be a new place eventually.
Yeah, well, that's always a good thing too, and especially once you get some like us. I'm not moving again. I'm right here, and this is where I'm staying. So I'll be burnt at the freaking crematory and brought right back here and slung all over this property. So that's my plan.
The organized pineapple.
Organized pineapple. Welcome in. Long time no see.
I love that.
Hope you folks are okay. Yeah,
they're
usually in here most of the time, but they probably got other things to do, like a lot of us do. A lot of us are always busy doing something outside of YouTubing.
That's nice, dog man. 100% debt free, no payments. Can't beat it.
Woo-wee. Boy, we'll be there one day. One day, hopefully one day soon, but I don't know. We just bought a new car, huh?
Yeah, I can't. My stomach hurts when I think about it. It's just like that's a lot.
Hey, it's everyday life. I mean, you got to have transportation. You got to do you can't just work for nothing. So that's the way I look at it. You're going to have payments and bills on something anyway. So why not?
You know what? We were talking about Thanksgiving, and we were talking about my radio show, and Mike talking about bills and things like that. Again, we want to extend, we don't have much, but after having Corey on again, Corey Wilkerson came on my show. He helps the homeless. He's also helping teenagers for Christmas. We gave $25 for a $25 Christmas card, which is what he's asking for teenagers, because teenagers seem to be the ones that
get overlooked.
They get overlooked. The babies are cute and fun to buy things for. Preschoolers, toddlers, elementary, super easy to buy. But some of the teenagers that obviously are still living at home or are in foster care or are in the homeless shelter, he has, and I'm sure Simply Jan, Kickapoo and Treasure Hunter that we're watching saw and heard that he is collecting donations to purchase gift cards to give to teenagers, because there have been many that have received gifts that were not age appropriate, like a 16-year-old getting a Barbie doll, things like that. But we wanted to extend, it won't be a lot, but if you need some help with the Christmas gift for yourself, for your family, if you're needing to purchase something
or know
for
someone
your family,
worthy,
yeah,
I say worthy. I don't mean it that way, but there's
someone that really
always
needs some help.
yes, because Pretty and I like to do the angel tree. We also work through our church, and as I've said before, I'm a spontaneous kind of person, which we could be in a store shopping for ourselves, and I see somebody, and it just might come across or strike me. Good Lord puts it on my heart. Take care of their bill for them, and if I'm able to, I do it. That's just how I am. But
Yeah.
we definitely love to make sure and think about others, in smallest to big ways, whatever we're able to do. That's something we
So,
love to do.
and we talked about this before we came on the air, um, that seriously, if you uh, have a gift that you're needing to buy for a family
Hmm.
member, or maybe a little help in buying the gift,
Our teenagers.
yeah, teenagers, we are happy to give a donation
Hmm.
or whatnot, um, to help. So our email addresses, I'll actually type them in at the bottom so that you guys can have them if you need if you know someone that's really truly in need.
A family, or
Mhm.
family or whatever,
Yeah.
because we do practice this yearly and we love it. So we got to plan and get ready to do that. So that's something that's coming up.
Thank you, Justin. He says everybody on here are great people, as are you.
Yes, sir.
And John Wigg says, "I'm worthy, Pooch. How about $100?"
Uh-oh. John Wiggs, me and you both should bring $100 and go have a field day somewhere.
Oh, Linda Peterson says that she is helping making meals, serving the meal,
Oh
doing the
yes,
pots and pans, and a mission have helped them out already in turkeys.
greatness. We haven't
Mm.
done that in a few years. We've worked in the Presbyterian night shelter on Thanksgiving and served many a meals, many a years, and we love doing that. It's a it's a blessing to your own heart to be able to serve others, and I mean serving others that are out there in the street and really have nowhere to turn to outside of what they're able to receive within those night shelters, or Presbyterian, whether it be Presbyterian or whatever denomination. And denominations mean nothing to me because we are all serving each other.
Organized Pineapple says, "I'm in need of prayers." Most definitely, we'll pray for you.
For sure, whether they're unanswered or what do they call it? Not unspoken
Of
prayers.
course, we will.
Definitely. Organized Pineapple.
All right, Dog Man, thanks for stopping in. We appreciate you.
Yes, sir. And I'll be watching you on the Vineyard Farmhouse here in a bit. And it's so good to see Millie opening up to you. That is awesome.
Treasure Hunter said Creekside Maples is living in a tent in Canada. How can we?
Creekside Maples.
Oh, Organized Pineapple says they're going to court tomorrow and the stress is unbelievable.
Ugh. I can imagine. Anytime you're dealing with court,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter what it is, it throws you for a loop.
So do we Treasure Hunter, Creekside Maples living in a tent in Canada. Is there a way to get help to them? Maybe a little bit of send some help to them.
What's really sad too is I see a lot of that even in the area where we're in. I mean, well, especially around
It's a mosquito. Get it.
But around the hospital areas where I work, you see tons of people, and there's hotels, whatnot. But you see a lot of people. You see a lot of vehicles parked in parking lots where people are sleeping in them. You see a lot of people out in tents. As a matter of fact, I haven't showed baby today, but this is something I had to deal with today. And it's not the only one, but it just so happened that
Hi, Susie.
Susie Jacobson, welcome, ma'am.
Mhm.
But it's just not a good thing. I mean, poor folks. I don't know their circumstances, but I do know that it's saddening to watch and see. That's for dang sure. I'm trying to get to where, and I know I'm off track because
No, I mean, I think it goes right along
I'm
with
trying to show
trying
you
to help
something, but
people. I think that, okay. Thank you, Neil.
look what I
Jesse
had to deal with
has
today
info on them.
on our property at the hospital.
What is that? Is that a little tent?
Yeah.
Did you have to tell them to leave?
Yeah.
Where are they supposed to go?
Well, I mean,
that's what I understand. Well, I don't know. There's so much because I'm actually going to be talking to some. That's a little tent.
That's a little tent that was in a retention pond at the back of one of my facilities, and this is what I had to deal with today. I mean,
was it a man, woman?
It was a man and woman.
How sad.
Yeah, but you see a lot of that lately, and it is so sad for folks like that. And of course, I wished I could. We get those folks that come into our facilities and sit in our waiting rooms just to get out of the element most of the time, just to sit inside.
You guys let them sit in there?
Well, we'll let them sit there as long as there's no disturbance or whatnot. But we can't let them sit there forever. But we try to keep it low key and let them do what they need to do and help them the best we can and with what we have there. But unless there's a disturbance or something like that, we leave them be and accommodate them the best we can. So
Tamara says a lot of homeless, either foreclosures, couldn't make rent because of the job.
Exactly.
Very sad. We need more community buildings to house homeless, especially during the holidays and cold weather. Simply Jan says, Mike, it's happening everywhere.
It is happening everywhere. And what's really, and if folks don't realize this, because I realize it, I could be there. I could be there just as well for who knows why. You just never know.
You'll be living in your car. No, you won't have money to pay for your car, so I don't know where you're going to live.
Hey, I got shop and all kinds of stuff going on right here.
No, but really,
I'll have a tent too.
I was see, Mike and Terry, Tony and Joni at Creekside Maples are living in an outfitter's tent as they build their new homestead up in Canada. Oh, okay. I was thinking they were without a home.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Thank you.
But yes, thank you, Mike and Terry. The one thing that I don't know, so I work at a church. I teach there now, but I used to work in the actual church area. I work in the Christian Academy now, but we served a lot with the homeless community, especially on Thanksgiving Day, which was an amazing experience, being able to be there to serve the homeless community on a holiday. And it just, it's hard for me to talk about, but serving them their Thanksgiving meal, and then getting to sit across from them and chat with them. And like Mike said, they are people, there's businessmen there. I mean, it's everybody.
There's some intelligent people that are homeless.
And having some really great conversation with people there. There's also mental illness there as well. But I actually spoke with a lady that she actually serves at one of the homeless shelters, and she said that there are some homeless people that choose to live in tents, and for whatever reason. But she did say, and this is one of the shows that I'm going to be doing soon. One of the things that she said, there was a documentary that she shared with me that we watched, and it's hard. It's hard to. I think you really need to pray, or for me, I need to pray for God's discernment on who to help. And I hate to say who to help and who not to, but there was a documentary that she shared with me that people have said, there was a man interviewing a man in a homeless community, and he asked him, what do we need to build more buildings for the homeless to sleep in that are down here? What would you say the biggest need is? He asked somebody that was homeless, and that man said, not more buildings, because there are, and this is what he said, there are people here that are very comfortable knowing that a building is going to be provided for them, and they'll sleep in there and not have to work, and they'll be there in the warmth and out of the weather. There are also people that, and I'm not judging, this is what was on the documentary, that there are also people that choose to live in tents that don't want to move into those places that are provided. In fact, they don't want anything from anybody. And I'm actually going to be talking to somebody soon who holds that point of view and perspective. I'm looking forward to chatting with them just to see, you know, what their point of view is, what their perspective is, what their feeling is on what really needs. And my thought, just after watching the documentary, is that there needs to be a little bit more of mental health
Exactly.
care, a little bit more, and
because some of them folks fall through the cracks.
they do. And I think it's a lot of it is expense, you know, insurance. I know people who have cancer who have insurance who have been denied care and who are having to go through the rigmarole of getting their
and they
insurance
get fed up with the rigmarole because they're not getting nowhere with it.
Right. And that's cancer. So then you have mental illness where people that don't have insurance, and I don't know what's out there. There may be a lot of things out there that are free, but I think that's a big issue. I also think, of course, being addicted to something, that's your choice. It's not an easy one if you've been addicted for years and years and years, right?
Hey, Rachel.
But I think that there needs to be free beds, for an extended amount of time. I don't know. There's just a lot going on.
And you talk of discernment, which, you know, and I don't judge, but I also have pretty good discernment at spotting out folks that truly need some assistance. You know, I don't like to just go out and hand out to anybody and everybody, which if I could, I would, but I definitely know and feel when I'm told, help this person, you know, and that's usually how I act. And there's a lot more out there that I can't help, but you know.
And you're right, John. There are some tent communities that have a lot of drug abuse, and some people just don't want help, and that's true. Brazos Valley Soaps, hello, glad that you're here. She says she needs to email you.
And the reason I know about homelessness a little bit is because I had to put my own son on the street.
Yes.
And because of some of his choices, drug abuse and choosing to use the drugs rather than which I knew he was capable of taking care of business, but chose the other. And so, unfortunately, I had to play some tough love and put him on the street. I mean,
that was the hardest.
It was tough. It was very tough. But you know what? I think that made him wake up and realize, you know, hey, I've got to do better, not only for myself, but for my father, at least.
Well, which is one example of someone who has been helped and found different places to live, and who has always been cared for and enabled almost. So I think that's probably what that documentary was getting at. That man was saying the more that we provide in terms of housing, and I don't know how I feel. It's very hard for me, but in terms of housing, they're not going to want to get help. And so I even think that was the situation with our.
As long as somebody's being handed something, no questions asked and enabled, they're not going to want to change because they think, oh, well, I've got it made here. I don't have nothing to worry about.
So that's why I found it very eye-opening when on the documentary, the gentleman who was homeless, but who was speaking very intelligently about the area. And when that person that was doing the interview said, don't you feel like you guys need more housing? And he said, that's what we don't need. We don't need more housing. That was coming from someone who was homeless.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a very interesting, we just blocked a risky connection.
Uh-oh.
Oh, thank you.
What's going on there? What baby click on?
I didn't click on anything.
Just got that.
Okay. Justin said, if I was going to be homeless, I would find some woods to live in, be away from the cities. And that's
Exactly.
what that one community that I was chatting with, they choose just to be away from the city, and that's their choice.
But I get some of those folks too who choose well, I don't know that I would choose to be homeless, but I know I could easily choose to not have to deal with a lot of the everyday life and dealing with, I say life, but I'm a simple person and it don't take much to satisfy me. Not that I want to live in a tent, but I could live very, very minute in a camper, in a tiny house, in this shop. I could convert this into a shop and I would be okay.
I think if there were places that were provided and that also provided classes to maybe for those that wanted to classes to learn how to get a job or I don't know. But like Susie Jacobson says, here in Madison, Wisconsin, we have a lot of homeless. The city has just built tiny homes and have a building with laundry and showers with a place to stay warm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and because you do feel for folks that are out there unwillingly.
That's just a hard situation. I mean, like Simply Jan says, the buildings are usually destroyed or become drug meccas. It's a hard thing. It is a hard thing.
But if I didn't have Pretty to take care of, and me and because I know Pretty wouldn't put up with it. I mean, I could live real easy. And my Pretty and I, of course, I want what's best for her. And what
are you saying? I don't understand.
Living, if we didn't have our house, I could live in this and be fine. I could live in that shop on the other side and be fine.
I mean, I'm sure I
could live in a camper and be fine.
I'm sure I would be fine as well.
Well, yeah.
But my whole thing is having a place for family.
Well, right.
Having a place for someone else to stay. Because I'm so low key,
yeah. And I know what you're saying, and I like having that too. But if it came down to it, I would be perfectly okay. Well, of course.
Eileen says, years ago, I knew a lady from a wealthy family
12
who
stones,
chose
Brian.
to live on the streets instead of at home. She had mental issues. A lot of it, I do believe,
a lot of folks have mental issues. And what gripes me the most is when it affects, and I know Mike with MT, Big Mike, when it's our veterans. When our veterans are neglected with mental health issues, PTSD, when our own United States of America Veterans Affairs will not take care of those people. That's regardless. So that is such a joke, and it's crazy.
I mean, that's so sad because they, defended our country and put their lives, sacrificed, and families. Yes. Let's see. Linda Peterson says we have a doctor that has a son that lives under a bridge. And he is a non-vet, and he will go to his parents' home for holidays, but that is it.
Yeah. And fallen Arkansas veterans, those.
Hi, Brian.
Thank God for those guys that fight for our veterans. And I know it's an uphill battle that you guys put up with just to try. I mean, we owe them. We owe them that. The United States of America owes them that.
Mike said, I told Terry if I was to become homeless, I'm moving to a much warmer area and out in the country, not the city.
Right? I just don't understand some of it sometimes, but.
Oh, Justin, he says, y'all cheer me up if I'm feeling down or stressed out. Love seeing y'all live. Thank you. Thank you,
sir. Yeah, thank you for coming in.
So appreciate that. Eileen says, I know that if I had to live small, I could. There were 7 of us living in a 400 square foot trailer, 4 adults and 3 kids. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right, Kickapoo. No veteran should ever be
Heck no. Neglected. That is just so wrong. Not get the medical help, aid, anything that they need.
Thanks, Heather.
And thank you, Mike, for your service and for what you do for our veterans, as well as Charles fallen Arkansas veterans.
He says, Pooch, I never served. I honor our fallen veteran and their families in a ceremony.
Well, you are doing a good deed, sir.
Absolutely.
Because somebody has to do it.
That's exactly right. Well, it's 8:55, and we know that Mike and Terry will be coming on after us. We're super excited to hop on and watch your show. As always, you guys are very uplifting, and we love
you guys. We love all the folks on
absolutely
this Framily night.
Absolutely.
Mike
and
Sid.
Then after Mike and Terry, the Vineyard Farmhouse, we
with
get
Dogman.
Yeah, we get to hear Dogman, what he's
and boy, thank goodness for Dogman looking after those dogs. I swear. I mean, we'd be the same if Pretty and I, which we do. We think and see dogs, stray dogs. We don't worry about shooing them off. We usually try to take care of them, and then we look at each other like, uh-oh.
Do we have another dog?
Do we have another dog?
And it would be okay.
But I love how Mike over at Dogman, you know, he's got one right now that's finally warmed up to him over there. That just strolled up hungry and scared. And of course, Big Mike took her in and babied, fed, coaxed. Well, not really coaxed, but eased up. Now she comes up to him.
So the last time I saw him, she came up and got a hot dog.
Yeah.
Is she up
well, now she's playing with the toy with him a little bit. So.
Oh, good.
And most of the dogs that Mike over there has are strays that he's taken in. So, you know.
That is so awesome. We maybe need to build a couple of.
Yeah, there's a few dogs around here that I know her and I drive by daily and think we should go get it.
We do.
It's just
we've talked about it,
but
yeah, it is sad. I mean, I don't. Anyway, it's about time for us to hop on.
But again, I don't know about this coming Wednesday. Probably, hopefully, we can get together and film and pre-film something to put up during our space of live next Wednesday. So, you know, and if we don't see y'all live again, we hope everybody has a good, happy Thanksgiving with family, friends, however you celebrate. Be thankful, and when and if able, reach out, give a smile, give a hug, say hello, shake somebody's hand. Just acknowledge somebody. That's what matters the most, you know. So
absolutely. And God bless you guys. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and we love y'all. We appreciate you guys coming in and joining us and giving your feedback and your comments. I love that. It helps us with a lot of communications and getting, again, different point of views and perspectives. Kickapoo says one thing. I know it's time for us to go, but let me see what that said. We had a plane crash on a golf course a couple of days ago that was bringing 56 dogs up from Florida. I think no one was seriously hurt.
Oh, wow.
Just a heads up, Rachel will be going live Tuesday at 6 p.m.
All
Central
right.
and Brazos Valley soaps for a giveaway. Thank you, Justin. Thank you, Heather. It's good to see you as well. Thank you, everyone, for coming. It's good to see all of you guys.
Thank you all.
And, y'all have a wonderful night. And don't forget, Mike and Terry's up next, and then we get to see Dogman with Brian
at your farmhouse.
You guys have a good night and a happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you, folks, and we'll see you soon. Love you all.
And everybody needs a friend named Pooch.
Oh yeah, everybody needs a friend named Pooch, and they call me Pooch.
And you need a friend named Pretty too.
And they call her Pretty. Give me a kiss, baby.
Bye, guys.